Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a historic political shock that has sent ripples across Europe and beyond. Recent moves involving Denmark and Sweden have rattled EU politics, raised tough questions about unity, and sparked intense debate among leaders, analysts, and citizens alike. What's happening now could redefine how Europe sees cooperation, sovereignty, and its future path. For decades, Denmark and Sweden have been seen as pillars of stability in Northern Europe. They are known for strong democratic traditions, high trust in institutions, and a generally pragmatic approach to European integration. Because of this reputation, any sudden or bold shift coming from these countries naturally draws attention. This time, the reaction has been nothing short of dramatic. At the heart of this shock is a series of coordinated political and policy moves that signal a more independent and assertive stance from both Copenhagen and Stockholm. While these moves differ in detail, together they suggest a broader rethinking of how closely these countries want to align with certain EU-wide decisions. For Brussels, this has been deeply unsettling. The European Union has always been a delicate balance between national sovereignty and collective action. Member states agree to pool some power in exchange for economic stability, political influence, and shared security. When respected members like Denmark and Sweden appear to challenge that balance, it raises fears that the system itself could be under strain. One of the most striking aspects of this development is the timing. Europe is already dealing with multiple overlapping crises. Economic uncertainty, migration pressures, energy security concerns, and geopolitical tensions have stretched the EU ability to act cohesively. In such an environment, unity is seen as essential. That's why these moves have been described by some EU officials as a wake-up call. In Denmark, the political conversation has shifted noticeably in recent months. There is growing public debate about how much control should remain in Brussels versus how much should return to national governments. While Denmark has always had a somewhat cautious relationship with deeper EU integration, the latest actions go further than before, signaling a readiness to openly challenge certain EU frameworks. Sweden's position is equally significant, though shaped by its own domestic context. Long viewed as a strong supporter of multilateralism and European cooperation, Sweden's recent decisions have surprised many observers. The tone coming from Stockholm suggests frustration with what is seen as slow decision-making and a lack of flexibility at the EU level. Together, these moves have been interpreted by some analysts as a coordinated Nordic signal. Even if Denmark and Sweden are not acting under a formal joint strategy, the overlap in timing and direction has amplified their impact. In Brussels, there is concern that other countries might be encouraged to follow a similar path. Smaller EU member states are watching closely. Many of them share concerns about over-centralization and the feeling that larger countries dominate key decisions. If Denmark and Sweden can successfully push back without facing serious consequences, it could embolden others to do the same. This is where the fear of fragmentation begins to take shape. EU leadership has responded with a mix of caution and firmness. Official statements emphasize dialogue and respect for democratic processes, but behind closed doors there is clear anxiety. The EU's strength lies in common rules and shared commitments. If those start to weaken, the entire structure could be affected. Public reaction across Europe has been mixed. In some countries, citizens see Denmark and Sweden as standing up for national interests and democratic accountability. In others, especially among strong supporters of European integration, these moves are seen as irresponsible and potentially dangerous. Social media and opinion columns are filled with heated arguments on both sides. Economically, the situation adds another layer of uncertainty. Markets generally prefer predictability, and political shocks can quickly affect investor confidence. While Denmark and Sweden remain strong economies, any perception of instability in EU decision-making can have wider consequences. This is especially true at a time when Europe is trying to compete globally. There are also implications for security and foreign policy. Europe's geopolitical environment has become more challenging, and coordination among EU states is seen as crucial. If internal divisions grow, the EU ability to act as a unified player on the world stage could be weakened. This is a concern shared by allies and partners beyond Europe as well. Supporters of Denmark and Sweden's approach argue that this moment could actually strengthen the EU in the long run. They believe that honest confrontation and reform are better than silent frustration. From this perspective, challenging existing structures could lead to a more flexible and responsive European Union. Critics strongly disagree. They warn that pushing too hard could undermine trust and solidarity. Once trust is lost, rebuilding it is extremely difficult. For them, the risk of setting a precedent outweighs any short-term gains. Another important factor is domestic politics. In both Denmark and Sweden, political leaders are responding to voter concerns. Issues like cost of living, migration, and national identity play a major role in shaping policy choices. These decisions are not happening in a vacuum. They reflect real pressures within society. This highlights a broader trend across Europe. Many governments are facing increasingly vocal electorates who demand more control over national decisions. The EU, as a complex and often distant institution, becomes an easy target for criticism. Denmark and Sweden are now at the center of this wider political shift. Historically, the EU has gone through periods of crisis and adaptation. From the financial crisis to Brexit, each shock has forced the Union to rethink how it operates. The current situation involving Denmark and Sweden may represent another such moment, one that tests the resilience of the European project. Comparisons to past events are already being made. Some see echoes of earlier debates about opt-outs, sovereignty, and differentiated integration. Others argue that the current context is far more complex, making the stakes higher than ever before. What makes this situation particularly sensitive is the image of Denmark and Sweden themselves. These are not countries typically associated with political upheaval or radical change. Their actions carry symbolic weight, suggesting that dissatisfaction with the EU is not limited to the usual critics. Media coverage has played a powerful role in shaping perceptions. Headlines using words like shock, rattle, and crisis have intensified the sense of drama. While some of this language may be exaggerated, it reflects genuine uncertainty about what comes next. Inside EU institutions, discussions are reportedly intense. There is debate over whether to accommodate the concerns raised by Denmark and Sweden or to draw clear lines about what is acceptable. Finding the right balance will be crucial in the coming months. For ordinary citizens, the situation can feel confusing. Many people support the idea of European cooperation, but also want their national governments to remain accountable and responsive. The current debate forces a difficult question: how much compromise is too much? Young Europeans in particular are watching closely. For them, the EU is not just a political structure, but a framework that shapes education, work opportunities, and identity. Any sign of instability raises concerns about their future. At the same time, older generations remember a Europe divided by borders and conflict. For them, unity is not an abstract concept but a hard-earned achievement. This generational contrast adds another layer to the debate. International observers are also paying attention. The EU internal dynamics affect global trade, diplomacy, and security. Partners want to know whether Europe can continue to act with one voice or whether internal disagreements will limit its influence. Some analysts believe this moment could lead to a new model of European integration. Instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, the EU might move toward greater flexibility, allowing countries to participate at different levels. Denmark and Sweden's actions could accelerate this shift. Others fear that such flexibility could slide into fragmentation. If every country picks and chooses, the shared foundation of the EU could erode. This is the core tension at the heart of the current crisis. As the situation evolves, much will depend on dialogue and compromise. Political shocks do not automatically lead to collapse, but they do force choices. The way EU leaders respond now will shape the trajectory of the Union for years to come. Denmark and Sweden, for their part, insist that they remain committed to Europe. They argue that questioning certain policies does not mean rejecting the EU as a whole. Whether this message is accepted by other member states remains to be seen. Public trust will be a key factor. If citizens feel that their concerns are being heard and addressed, tensions may ease. If not, skepticism toward European institutions could grow even stronger. In the end, this historic shock is about more than two countries and a set of policy moves. It's about the future direction of Europe. It's about how democracies adapt to change, manage disagreement, and balance unity with diversity. The coming months will be critical. Negotiations, elections, and public debates will all influence the outcome. What seems clear is that EU politics will not return to business as usual anytime soon. As we watch this story unfold, one thing is certain. Denmark and Sweden have forced Europe to confront uncomfortable questions. Whether this leads to renewal or deeper division will depend on choices yet to be made. That's all for today's deep dive into this historic moment. If you found this explanation helpful, stay tuned for more insights as the situation develops. Europe is at a crossroads, and the decisions made now will echo far into the future.